It's your favorite super duper mother daughter duo coming to you with all the positive vibes and helping you become exactly who you want to be. We're giving out all the good stuff on this podcast, and it's your host Takoa and Sarah. So grab your mug because it's time for tea.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Time for Tea, where we are teaching, empowering, and applying. I'm Takoa.
And I'm the Sarah.
And today we're going to be talking about ego.
Yes.
So
Ego.
we're going to talk about what is ego? Is it a positive or negative thing? And how you can maintain a decent balance of ego. Okay? So definition of ego that I have is part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and the unconscious and is responsible for reality testing and a sense of personal identity. So it's I, how you feel, how you think of things, how you react to things. That's all based off of your ego.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything to add to that?
I have a person's senses of self-esteem or self-importance. And again, the I. It's about me. It's all about me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. So let's talk about, is ego a positive or a negative thing? Is it like
Well, you know what? With researching, I really didn't know this. So that's the blessing and the wonderfulness of this, because I'm learning new things, that there is when I read, there's two different types of ego that I read about. One was the strong ego and one was the big ego, which I didn't know. So let me tell you the difference. The strong ego, I would consider, for me, I sort of divide it into a positive, negative. The strong ego is a positive ego. Okay, this is a person that's self-confidence, um, secure, emotionally stable, able to cope with stress and frustration. So this is someone that is able to cope with issues and is positive. Okay. Big ego. This is what I would consider the negative ego. This is someone's lacking stability, more easily upset, reactive, and rigid. So they consider this a comparison of a man full of hot air. They talking big, but they're really not who they're presenting themselves to be. They have a lot of insecurity, low self-esteem, low self-worth, but they're presenting as if they have it going on.
okay? And so that's the big ego.
Yes.
So big ego sounds like it's right along with pride, kind of putting on a front.
Trying to put it on the front. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let's see. So big ego would be the negative, and a strong ego would be the positive.
Positive. That's how I just broke it up when I was reading it. As it's one is just confident with himself, but not cocky.
Okay.
The other one is cocky, but have low self-esteem, but presents in front of people as confident.
Okay. So it's like this balance of I really do feel good about myself, and I feel so good about myself that I kind of can't let my guard down.
Which one is that one? The big ego?
Yeah, I feel so good about myself that I can't let others know that I don't have it all together.
Correct. Correct.
Or they feel that way because they really don't feel good about themselves.
They don't feel good. No, they don't feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
But it's a front. So they're presenting themselves as someone who knows all and have all things together, but in their inside of them, inwardly, it's just a mess. They're just a mess inside. It's essential to our very makeup. So having an ego is a good thing. You know, it's not it's how you present it, how are you carrying it, what's going on in you that comes out of you. So it defines who you are and how we connect with others. So, you know, having an ego, is a sense of confidence within ourselves, a true sense of confidence within ourselves. Okay. It also stated that ego could help give a person, like I just said, confidence and in difficult situations. It can also push us to do things we are scared of. So it gives us that, like our cheerleader also, we got this, we could do this. we can accomplish this goal. We can do this test. We can get this ace this test. So it is also like a cheerleader. Okay.
Okay.
Um, when properly used, ego can help you grow when properly. So remember, I said it's a big ego and a strong ego. So when you're on that side of that strong ego, that positive, it can actually help you to grow. It gives you it gives us vulnerability and allows us to say, I'm sorry. So a person with a strong ego, is that the one? Yeah, the strong ego, they know when they're wrong. They're okay to be wrong. They're not always right. And they can admit wrongness. Someone with a big ego, they can't. They don't want to be wrong, even though they're wrong. They will stand strong and confident in thinking that they're right, even though they're wrong. They will fight you for wrong. Okay, so that's the difference between the two.
So the big ego is willing to face like humility, kind of.
The strong ego is willing to face humility.
I thought the strong ego was the bad one.
No, that the big ego is the bad one.
Oh, okay. So
Big and bad. Think big and bad.
strong ego is willing to face humility, and big ego is not.
Yes.
The
No.
know-it-all.
Yeah, the one that will be in your face saying, I got it right, I know this, and they're wronger than wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, I know a lot of us out there know people that are like that. So yes. So
Okay.
you had any, like, what do you have with ego? Like, do you find yourself dealing with your ego, having to overcome some things with ego?
So I have a pretty big ego. Oh, but big ego is the good one. So
No, big ego is the
big
negative
is
one.
bad. Yeah, big and bad. So I have a pretty big ego. And I didn't even, until we did this, I didn't even think of it as, not to focus on I and how I feel, because I've recently just came to a point in life where I'm considering how I feel over
Mm-hmm.
others.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, so yeah, that was like I wonder, but I didn't even really get into like researching all that deep into why not, because it was confusing. Like it kind of made it seem like you shouldn't care about what you care about, like you should kind of put your feelings to the side and think outside of yourself. I don't know. It was a weird deep dive. So I was just like,
Correct. Well, it's like I said, there's nothing wrong with, I think there's a balance in everything. I don't think there's nothing wrong with loving yourself and wanting the best for yourself. It's only when you become so consumed with yourself that you forget about others, where you just totally, utterly neglect the people around you. And it's about me, and part of ego is me, but there's still a passionate, compassionate part that wants to help and give to others,
yeah,
so I think for me, it's when I was researching it, it is a balance of not good and bad, but where you want to be. And I think with ego, I can see myself on both sides. I can see myself on the strong and I can see myself on the big, you know, because almost like that, what we say, fake it till you make it. Like, I'm cocky and
yeah,
I'm cocky because I have to build myself up to be that way, present that way, because that's who I want to be, and I'm working towards that. So, and cocky just means a more confident within yourself. So I know for me, this topic was something that I wanted to get into, because I'm like, oh my God, this ego really sort of takes control of you. It does have this I mentality, this I mindset of, it's about me, it's what I want, don't matter what anybody else thinks. I want to do this. And the I can actually sometimes get you in a lot of trouble when you you start I, especially if you have families and children and husband and things like that. You can't always be I can't be the first know it all, be it all. You have to look at,
Yeah,
yes, me.
see, I'm so like I said, I'm in a position where I finally just was like, yeah, I need to focus on me more. And then to come across the ego lesson saying that that's not the case, it's just like, yeah, no, I cannot go back to focusing on everybody else.
Well,
So,
not that
so
not
me.
that you focus, but just don't be so self-absorbed you forget other people's feelings, their thoughts. I mean, it's nothing wrong, like we said, it's nothing wrong with saying no, but also just being a little bit considerate of others. Still putting yourself first, but not
Yeah.
putting yourself. Does
Yeah,
that make
see,
sense?
no, that's what I said. I was just like, I can't. Going into it, it was just like it doesn't make sense to me because it's like, yeah, love yourself, but not too much, and it's just like, what? No, like, value yourself, but kind of have humility and put yourself under others. Like, no, I don't. So I don't know. I don't
So
know.
you're not feeling this ego thing, huh?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. Like I said, I'm literally just at a point where I am coming from people pleaser anonymous. I am putting everybody else on the back burner and putting myself first. So, to take the I out after I just finally got it, it's like, no, I'm not doing it.
So you still going through your 5 steps?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that yet. No. Mm. So yeah. And that might
That
be
those that want to hold on to your big ego.
my big ego, right? I know. I'm not doing it. And I didn't. I've had a strong ego and I just took on the big bad wolf ego and I like it
I
here.
like it. She likes that. So,
I like it here. I like it. Okay. Whether it's bad or whatnot, we're going to see how it plays out because I'm good. I'm good where I'm at.
guys, I don't know what to say, but we're talking about the difference in ego. So I guess this day you could choose. Do you want to be the big one or do you want to be the strong, confident one?
Yes. So I think the big one is still because I'm still confident. I don't have any like doubts. I'm so confident that I'm finally focusing on I because I know my confidence goes to waste when I focus on others.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So if I'm not focused on me, then I'm deteriorating myself because I'm focused on everything else. So that's why I said I finally just turned my third eye was always looking out, and now my third eye has finally looked down and inward to find out who I am on the inside and what I want and what I desire, and I don't want to be obsessed with I. Like I had a conversation and we were talking about, well, why do you like these things? And it's all related to like this lack of something.
Mm-hmm.
So the whatever your I is, I like luxurious items. It's probably because you lack those things when you were younger. Probably because you didn't get things you wanted when you were younger, or even in your adult life, and you feel as though you're coming to a place where you want those things. You feel as though you deserve those things.
Correct.
So, I focus on my I and why I want it, and I want these things because this is what I want.
Period.
I don't think it's selfish of me to want certain things. And I don't think it's selfish of me to say I want, I like, I desire, I won't settle for. I think it takes time to get to that place where you're confident enough in yourself to say what you desire.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's like I've settled for a long time and I don't want to do that anymore. So no.
I will not.
I will not. I will not, cannot. So
yeah, so for those, I guess for those that have always been the person who has been the helper, the server, the giver,
people pleaser.
and the people pleaser, and never had gotten anything back from that. It is very hard to then digress to, okay, I'm finally doing, like T.E.A., I'm finally doing for me now. And now this ego part of, if you research it, because you had research about monks. You said monks take years in bringing that ego down.
Yeah, they call it breaking the ego.
Breaking the ego, where it's not about I, but it's about everything outside. But those that have given and feel like they have been ran over and mistreated, misused, you get tired. And you sometimes do have to look at yourself and say, well, what about me? What do I get out of this? How is it helping me? Because you can always give out, but nothing's coming back. And as a server, like my daughter, and
that's what I was going to say. The benefit of that is when I focus on me and make myself better, it serves the world because I'm a natural server.
Natural. It's just natural. It's just
by nature.
Yeah.
Like I'm a natural helper, a natural giver, a natural healer. So if I turn that ego inwards and actually focus on me and building it up for me and coming into tune with what it is that we actually want and why we want these things, then
we're gonna have a better you.
Yeah. And a better me means a better us. I'm here to serve. So if I'm good, then you're good. You know, if I'm straight, then the next person's straight. So
that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. I don't think it's the big bad ego, but it is a focus on I. You know, so I can get back aligned with what's going on. Because if I'm always everybody else and balancing out the world and not really focused on me, I lose me. You know,
correct.
So that's why the ego one was really like, no, what you say?
And I think with the ego, you know, with when you're talking about the bad ego, it's almost not that nothing's wrong with I, but these people are like frauds. For me, it's like they have a sense of I have it going on. They have a sense that, you know, I got it put together. I'm the smart one. You know, I'm it. I'm the it. And in reality, I think with the big ego, they're really not. It's like you're putting on a mask of who you want to be, but you're really not that person. So it's a deceitful front. And I think that's what, because from it is more, because these people, you know, are not really being their true self.
Yeah, ego, because like I said, ego is the mind that mediates between the conscious and the unconscious. And your conscious and unconscious know exactly who you are. You know, so
do your unconscious really know who you are? Because remember, that's a representation. Yes, sorry guys. It represents falseness. It's truly not true. Your subconscious. Now your conscious is your spiritual, who knows who you really are.
Yeah, and your unconscious is like your programming.
And that's false programming. A lot of that is
it's false programming, but it's your programming.
Yeah.
So it's things somebody that put you've that experienced and you went through. Out. Yeah. So it's I don't know, like it's like they're portraying this identity that's not themselves.
Correct.
Yeah. And I think that's probably a form of like trauma and trying to protect themselves, you know.
It is.
Yeah, fit in and be this big bad person instead of being vulnerable and real.
Yeah, it's a front. So what I have with the characteristic of someone with a negative ego is these are some clues of some people. Overbearing, arrogant, blaming others, acting superior, a personality of being a narcissistic, okay? Not that they have the diagnosis, the psychological diagnosis of narcissism, but an uppity kind of snotty person, superior complex, and self-absorbed. So, you know, I know I have, like, a part of me does have the arrogance. So my ego can flip over to that. I'm the stuff.
Superiority.
And I know I'm the stuff. And again, no one's better than me because I'm the stuff. So, you know, I see that playing a factor in me of that being in my ego, part of the layer of who I am in me. And part of that is me trying to overcome. I might need to go and sit with the monks for a few years because because there's
7 years. Somebody was up there 7 years trying to break their ego
because they couldn't get their arrogance out. I'm like, get it out.
7 years.
So it definitely, I could see on the other side, the negative part, some of that ego playing a big factor in my life, you know. being
See, but like you said, on the flip side is that, I'm not rooting for a toxic ego. I'm not rooting for a negative ego. I'm not rooting for a lack of vulnerability or any of that. But on the opposite side, use that arrogance, that superiority complex can come in handy when you're feeling down or when you're feeling unsure of yourself.
Yes, it's almost like a booster. You have to have something to help you get over that low point. So it does. Isn't that crazy that it that's important to get you over that hump?
Definitely, you have to
be
have
that cheerleader.
balance. Yeah. So I wonder if people with big egos are like, do we see them in like business CEO positions? I would like to know, like, who are these people and how do they function through life? Are they like super angry? Like do they lash out? How are they going through life with these big egos?
You see ego. Michael Jordan to me has a big ego.
But he's a great basketball player.
Yeah, but he's cocky. So
he's a great basketball player.
Yeah, but I see that. See now, you see that he's a great basketball player, but then I see that arrogance that
he's a great basketball player
in his walk and his ways. But it's from when I see him on TV, when I see him on interviews, it's not in a positive way for me. It's a turnoff.
Okay.
Because
masculinity or
for
something?
me, there's no humbleness in that. That 7-year humble, there's just like,
thank God, I'm the
best. The Chisnick. Did you see my shirts and my Nike? I am Mike. Okay.
Oh God. And then I want to let y'all know that I'm undefeated. I'm the greatest. Peace.
Just do it. You hear me?
Yeah, I just do it.
That's me. So there is, but there is. And that's where, that's where I was fighting. That's why I want to talk about this topic, because there is a part that there is a humbleness that I want to see within myself and with others that got it going on, that know they got it going on, but not presented with this nasty way of
nasty
carrying yourself.
It's an air, like it's just an
total air that needs to be.
If I am proving myself, that's a lot of work that goes into that, mind you. It's not like I just woke up and I was a great basketball player or whatever. I put work that other people are not putting in.
Yeah. So, but for me, I like to see, this is just me. I like to see those that got it going on, but don't need to boast that they got it going on.
I call it a humble brag.
Huh?
I call it a humble brag.
I don't know about humble brag.
Yes. If anybody comes to me and they're like, oh, I don't really want to let people know, but I just did such and such, go ahead. Humble brag. Brag. I don't want to toot my own horn, but
you can toot it for me.
That. Because you're not doing it. That's not my fault. Not my fault. You can do it too.
Where's your mic?
You can hear me.
Bring that. Talking trash.
It's a humble brag. Look, I did that, and you are welcome to attend my I Did That show. Welcome. The show of I Did That. Yes. Wow. Boom. All right. So with that being said, let's get in here and grill me real quick with 25 ways to kill that toxic ego. Let's go into it. So one of the ways to kill your toxic ego is to adopt the beginner's mindset that puts you in a place of humility that says, I don't know everything. Let me do something that I haven't done before so I can put myself in this state of not knowing things, this novice state kind of, okay? Focus on the effort, not the outcome. So yeah, I want to be a millionaire, but let me focus on how much work I'm putting in to become that. Like I said, Michael Jordan didn't just become a great basketball player. He put in effort.
Yes, he put in a lot of effort. People didn't think he was going to be anything when he first started. So yes.
Yep. So choose purpose over passion. Passion runs hot and burns out, while people with purpose are more dedicated and have control over their direction. Okay. Shun the comfort of talking and face the work. So stop talking, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. I think a
Just
lot of
do it.
people, yeah, just do it. And boom. I think a lot of people with big egos, they probably do a lot of talking. Don't talk, be about it. Like I don't like to tell people I did stuff until I did it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'm learning that.
Kill your pride before you lose your head. Okay, so whom the gods wish to destroy, they first call promising. Y'all get that?
Say it again.
Who the gods call, who the gods wish to destroy, they first call promising. Because if I say, "Oh, you're a promising young lady," that goes to your head. Now what you doing? I'm promising. I ain't gotta do no work. I'm promising. Y'all heard what they said to me? Promising. Y'all heard that? Did they say that to you? No, but they said it to me. So boom, I'm just gonna make it just because. So kill your pride before you lose your head. Don't let your head get too big. Kill it.
Yes.
Relax yourself. All right. Stop telling yourself a story. There's no grand narrative. So you might put a story out there. This is what's about to happen to me. Camera's gonna be out my door. Then you wake up, don't go outside. There's no cameras.
Nothing.
Ain't nobody thinking about you. Ain't nobody thinking about you. You ain't toot that horn loud enough. You ain't toot that horn loud enough. So go with the flow. Stop expecting there to be some big grandiose thing for you. It's not gonna happen. Not yet. Learn to manage yourself and others. So you can manage yourself, learn to manage others too. That'll be a big help.
How are you gonna manage others?
A manager. You don't want to talk about you want. We were talking earlier, and she's like, I just want to delegate stuff. I don't want to learn everything in business. I just want to delegate, which is a genius idea. But if you don't know how to properly delegate and manage other people,
girl, that's another little topic. How to manage and delegate.
Yeah, so you have to be able to micromanage things, and that's how you can grow as a person. Know what matters to you and ruthlessly say no to everything else.
Girl, I can't hear you, but I know you're talking all kinds of trash.
Thank you. It's not like even, no, it is. It's on this thing. Know what matters to you and ruthlessly say no to everything else. Ruthlessly say no.
You see how she likes that, guys? You see that?
No.
She is feeling that one.
That sounds like some I in there. What they say, know what matters to who? To you. That sounds like some I. That sounds like some I up in this ego thing. All right, forget credit and recognition. Forget it. Just forget it.
Just do what's good for you, what's right for you, what you feel good about, and not boast.
Don't boast. Learn to take that short-term gratification and put it in your pocket for that long-term goal. Sometimes we start looking for, did anybody see me? Nobody saw me shoot that jump shot? All right, well, I ain't gonna shoot another one until I get a crowd. No, do it for you. Do it for you. Keep practicing, keep moving. So connect with nature and the universe at large. This is what the monks was talking about. Apparently they go live on mountains for years and they just sit still, and I don't know what it does. I love nature, but I've just never sat outside.
For years.
For years. First of all, I live in Baltimore, so it's dirt bikes riding up and down. It's the neighbors yelling at the kids. That ain't gonna do much for my ego. I ain't gonna get what they get. The only view I got the city view, which is cute, but it ain't ain't no streams in my background, so I don't know. They say reconnect with the world. Realize how small you are in relation to everything else. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. You are very minute to the bigger universe.
The bigger picture. It's so much out there, guys. Choose a live time over dead time. There are two types of time in our lives. Dead time, when people are passive and waiting, and a live time, when people are learning and acting and utilizing every second. During failure, ego picks dead time. It fights back. I don't want this. I want it my way. It indulges in being angry, aggrieved, and heartbroken. Don't let it. Choose a live time instead.
That's good. That's good. Because I can see myself. I don't want that.
Your ego could kill you. Your ego can kill you. It can have you thinking that, you know what? I'm done. This ain't it. Nobody saw my jump shot. I'm done. Dead time. I'm going in the house. But choose a lifetime. Continue to practice, continue to work, continue to learn, continue to go towards that goal and look forward to that long-term gratification. The next one is get out of your own head. Easier said than done, so we'll move on with that one. Let go of control. The poisonous need to control everything and micromanage is usually revealed with success. Ego starts saying it all must be done my way, even little things. The solution is straightforward. A smart man and woman must regularly remind themselves of the limits of their power and reach. It's simple, but not easy.
Yeah.
So let
We
go
like control.
of control. I know I love me some control. Hey girl. Hey controller. Place the mission and purpose above you. I think that's a good one for ego. It's not about me. It's not about me. So I know even if I am too focused on me, it's not about me. It's about
Yeah.
y'all. It's about helping people. It's about being compassionate. It's about getting people to their next level. It's never about me.
Yeah.
It's about me being better for you.
For you. Yeah.
For you. That's about me getting my mental health in order for you. It's about me becoming my best self for you. It's about me showing out so you can show out, so we can show out together. You know, so when you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. I talked about that on this podcast before. I just want to note that. I don't remember which one it was, probably depression, but I talked about that before because that is such a good saying. When you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. That's it. Stop digging, call somebody to get you a ladder and get you up out the hole.
Yeah.
Don't be deceived by recognition, money, and success. Stay sober.
Wow. Yeah. Because it's that's not the end goal.
That's not, and those things are so intoxicating. You start thinking like, I want to get more money, I want to get more success, I want to get more acknowledgement, but that's not the reason why you're here in the first place.
No, and then a lot of people, they get it, they're still not satisfied because really in this universe, as we're, like we said, we're small in this whole universe. It's really about serving. That's servitude is what God wants at the end. Yeah. So, and once you do what you're supposed to do, those things will come when it is time, when you're open and ready for it. But don't go running for that because you're going to get it and still be in such despair and disheartened because you're going to be like, this is it. This is what I waited for. This is what I wanted. And now I got it. And my life is still crap.
Nope. And me and my daughter, we were looking up like how much people make. There are people who make hundreds of billions in the world. Why?
Can you imagine that?
Why? Why do I need that? Why do I need hundreds of billions? Why didn't I stop at hundreds of millions? Like what made me think I need more? And they're not doing like anything to save the world. They just got all of this money stacked up and it's crazy. So don't get intoxicated by all of this money because it's just there at this point. Leave your entitlement at the door. That's a good one. That I will say with my ego, I struggle with entitlement.
Well, you know what? I think your generation and lower, I mean,
the millennials,
the 30, yes, I see that in you all. I see that in your all's mindset. Like I deserve this. This is mine. And no, that's not how that works.
You owe me. I ain't asked to be here. My ancestors ain't asked to be here. You owe me. All right, choose love. Hatred is when ego turns a minor insult into a massive sword and it lashes out. But pause and ask, has hatred and lashing out ever helped anyone with anything? Don't let it eat at you. Choose love. Yes, love. So choose love over everything. That's what I will say. That's a good ego.
Humbleness.
An ego indicator. Like if you say, am I being hateful? Am I being spiteful? Then you probably got too much big ego in the mix. Probably need to turn it down. Turn it down just a smidge. Yeah, if you talking to people and they in the corner sniffling and crying,
get your life together.
I don't know if you chose love. Pursue mastery in your chosen craft. They said the better you get at something, usually the humbler you are. You realize how much work it takes that goes into it. I guess that wasn't the case with Michael Jordan. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cracking up. Keep an inner scorecard. That's back to what we were talking about with, be proud of yourself. Don't keep waiting for everyone to cheer for you. Cheer for yourself. Keep that inner
Yeah, give yourself high
scorecard.
five. I've done
Yeah.
that. Give
You
yourself good job.
deserve it. Paranoia creates things to be paranoid about.
I know some people with that, so yeah.
This is a good one. He who indulges empty fears earns himself real fears. Wrote by Seneca, a political advisor. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to write that down somewhere.
Yeah, give me that one.
I will. I'll send it to you. Always stay a student. Put yourselves in rooms where you're the least knowledgeable person. We talked about that. Like, learn something new where you're not great at it, so that way you can realize, like, okay, I'm not good at everything. It puts you in a humble position, and that's a great place to be. No one can degrade you; they degrade themselves. All right, stop playing the image game. Focus on a higher purpose. So don't always, what would I look like? How will I look? Who gonna be looking at me? What am I wearing when I get invited? You can hear me? What am I wear when I'm at the Academy Awards? No, just focus on your purpose. Focus on your purpose and just put your outfits on your Pinterest board for later. Yeah. Focus. All right, the last one. Focus on the effort, not the results. This is so important. It's appearing twice. If you can accept that you control only the effort that goes in and not the results which come back, you will be mastering your ego. That's it. And I hear a lot of people when I talk to them about work, oh, they not promoting me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yep.
What's meant for you will be yours. And whatever you're picking up along the way, whatever lessons you're learning, they are going to make you better. It's not always about that promotion or the thing that we have our eyes set on. There's a bigger purpose behind everything.
Yep. It's a building block for your tomorrow.
Yep, building blocks for your tomorrow. That's a good one. So boom, that's it. That's all I have for the 25 ways to kill your toxic ego.
Okay, so I like those. Those are good. I have, your ego can make you overestimate your own abilities and worth, and underestimate the effort and skill required to achieve your goals. So you have to watch out for this ego. It can, you can be bamboozled by your own self.
That's like when they were like the gods called you promising, and then all of a sudden you just like
it went right to your head, and now you floating around like promise, but ain't nothing happened.
So yeah, and that about wraps up our 30 minutes. So anything else you need to add?
No, I appreciate it. Just continue to work on you as we're working on us, honey. It's a day-to-day, second to second.
Yeah.
Overcoming process.
Moment to moment. Yeah, watch some videos on YouTube about what the monks think about ego. It's very interesting. Like they should be floating around in the sky right now, how much work they put in on themselves. All right, y'all, and we'll see you all next time. Once again, it's time.
That's a wrap of today's episode, and once again, this is the podcast Time for Tea, where we are teaching, empowering, and applying, and giving out weekly doses of some good stuff for your spirit. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place. Bye.